Have you been wondering how the Gardener's Supply self-watering potting mix works? Follow along on this Know Before You Grow series as we evaluate it. Well, welcome to the Know Before You Grow series. I'm Matt.
And I'm Kris with SoiLab.
And we're going to be evaluating this Gardener's Supply self-watering potting mix today. The first thing I want to look at is price. Now, if you look at our chart breakdown, this one's right on the edge at $20.73 per cubic foot. So just based on that chart, that's going to put this at a score of a 5.5. Now, once we've purchased it, the next thing we're going to do is open that bag and smell it. And Kris, what are the smells that are hitting you as you open this bag?
Yeah, when I open this bag, I would say just that earthy smell we get, kind of that peat smell, but pretty neutral. I mean, not really off-putting at all on this one. Pretty neutral across the board on smell.
Yeah, I would agree. Nothing off-putting. Definitely earthy. You're definitely smelling quite a bit of that peat. We looked at this ahead of time, and I had scored this a 7 for smell. Where were you?
Yeah, I was right around a 7 as well.
All right, well, let's get 7 put in the scorecard and then move over to look and feel. The first thing I notice here on look and feel is this is kind of airy and light. It's a pretty low density. We can see perlite. There's not a ton of it there. What else are you noticing, Kris?
There's some woody, larger woody chunks in here, but it's I would say kind of your overall peaty, potting soil mix. Nothing really stands out, to me.
Yeah, I guess I would just say, yeah, it meets expectations as a potting mix. I scored it as a 7, and I think you were pretty close to that also.
Yeah, I think I was at a 6.5, so we agreed on a 7.
On a 7, all right.
Look and feel.
So smell at a 7, look and feel at a 7. Now let's turn it over to Kris from MySoil to talk nutrient levels in this Gardener's Supply soil.
Yeah, so we tested the nutrient levels in the soil with the MySoil test prior to planting, evaluated those nutrients before we saw any of the plants grow out. This soil had pretty good nutrient levels. All our macronutrients were at or above the optimal range. Micronutrients were low, as well as our pH levels were a little bit low. On this one, I think just bringing that pH up, slightly with the addition of a dolomitic lime with our calcium, magnesium levels where they would have been a good addition. But overall, pretty good nutrient levels on this one. Based on nutrient levels, I scored this about an 8.
Yeah, and I scored mine an 8 also, but I used it just based off that nutrient density score in the MySoil test. And like Kris said, low in micros, low in pH a little bit, but not a concerning level. And it's very, very typical to see low micronutrients across our potting soils.
It is.
So did we agree on an 8 there?
Yep.
Agreed on an 8. Okay, so 8 for nutrient levels. Now, the question is, the nutrients are there, does it deliver it to the plants? So here we are 6.5 weeks after planting of our lettuce and tomatoes, and I'd say, yeah, it'll grow. We started to run out of nitrogen just in about week 5 or 6, so it's just starting to. So for these hungrier crops, we might want to top dress a little bit of extra nitrogen mid-season, but man, I think it will certainly grow, and I scored this an 8.
Yeah, I scored it at an 8 as well. Our lettuce looks fantastic. Some of the better, lettuce we've seen here. The tomatoes, like Matt mentioned, started to run out a little bit in this high density, high rooting environment. But overall, up until about the last, week, it really looked really good. But we're starting to see, maybe running out of nitrogen a little bit at this point in its life cycle. But yeah, I scored it at an 8.
Fantastic. So now let's dive into that overall score now that we have each category scored. This actually comes in at a 7.1 on average. So it scores very, very well. And a lot of that has to do with that price point and that value at 5.5. So with that being said, we have a score of 7.1, did fairly well in each category. What are some of the best uses for this bagged soil, Kris?
Yeah, best uses in my mind are, bulking a raised bed, because of the price being pretty good, maybe adding organic matter to a native soil garden. Pretty much ready to plant with some maybe mid-season additions.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't really have anything at all to add to that. I think this is a great bagged soil at a great price point for us. So hopefully you found this quick review of the Gardener's Supply self-watering potting mix helpful. If that's the case, please like, subscribe, hit those notifications to continue following us along, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon in the lab.